Okay. What time are you at?
13:44, 45.
Okay. You're a bit ahead of me now. A lot of action going on in bottom lane. Not going to really come to much, though. 13:44, you said?
Yes.
Can you count it for me for a sec so I line up with you?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12. Alright, we back? I think we're back. But I think it's still lagging, so...
Yeah, just periodically let me know where you're at, LOL. Maybe I'll just watch on the stream. Uh, yeah, a lot of action in this early game, though. But still quite even. Leandri's going to be completed for Teemo. Carving out about a 35 CS lead at this point. Feels pretty good for him. Bringing our Teemo laning dominance dreams to fruition. Popo's pecking order going to start up this Rift Herald. Doesn't look like long anime schlongs are anywhere around to consider contesting that. Yep, just gonna go over to them for free. Oh, missing pings. They just realized it was happening. Three in the mid lane now with one shadow and gonna use the Rift Herald immediately to try to pop this mid turret.
Yeah,
Three others coming from the side though.
That's a lot of damage from
Nami ultimate coming out. Oh, but Neela still just gets popped. Ult back in from the Echo. Not gonna come down. Gonna finish him off. Hirmar picking up the kill. Flashing forward. General Dill here, but trying to pick up StarCraft. This is a tanky Scion though. Goes forward. Tries to trade back, just giving up his life. Yeah, a bit of an aggressive Rift Herald usage there in my opinion. Perhaps pulling the trigger a little too fast. But a very nice response coming out of long anime schlongs. They knew that play was happening. They saw the rotation, all headed there immediately to respond. And now I feel like, honestly, they're in not that bad of a position, even though they're down one turret.
Yeah, I mean, there's basically the gold is all tied up. If you start getting these Teemo shrooms around objectives before they spawn, I think that would be, I mean, as you can see, they cleared out a couple of them there, but I think that's going to be the best thing for you, because if you get any damage, especially onto, you know, this Caitlyn or Morgana in those fights.
Gonna start up the Mountain Drake here. Snare binding gonna land onto Digital Love. Neil the Steel just hanging around, looking for this steal. Going forward on the Super Kami Guru. Just gonna get popped, but Super Kami Guru gonna get traded back. General Bill picking up that kill. But on the top side of that fight, they just isolated out and killed Zorpox. They're looking to finish up this dragon now that the smite is gone. Oh, it's gonna reset. General Bill coming forward, gonna finish off Minbung. Ult's coming back out. Nice, gonna be able to pick up the dragon. Kiko, fuck yourself. Playing it nice. General Dill heading in, flashing forward, gonna get the flash out of Gemini Kurtz. Heal not gonna keep him alive now. StarCraft dead for rights. Gonna try to make something happen with the Scion dead, but Scion decaying corpse passive, but not gonna make anything at all happen. What an intense fight. Back and forth.
General Dill there, going in, picking people off on the sides of the fight, on the side of that entire fight, and then comes in at the end, gets the flash over the wall to kill Caitlyn, and helps secure the kill onto the Scion as well. Playing really well. 6, 2, and 4. has the Triforce, has the Tiamat, and is looking to just go off this game. He's going to be definitely something that's going to be more needing of focus. But I mean, other than that, the Popo's pecking order definitely had what seemed like a good start to the fight. Echo was able to like immediately pick off the Nami there, and with the initial binding onto Digital Love, they had good zone potential with a bunch of damage put down onto that Ezreal. So seems like a good fight was definitely salvaged on the side by the side of Long Anime Schlongs.
Oh, for sure. Uh, but they did pick up the Popo's pecking order did pick up the Mountain Drake, so they've got that to feel good about. About 1,000, bit over 1,000 gold lead at this point for Long Anime Schlongs.
Yeah,
Gonna start to feel the pain of these tanks soon enough, though, in team fights.
Yeah, and I mean there's quite a bit of healing out for both, Trundle and Echo with the ult has a bunch of healing, and so you see Teemo going, looks like second item going to be building that Morellos. Probably a good choice there.
Sion pushing unanswered in the top lane at the moment. Looks like Neil the Steel's heading up there.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be up to the Long Anime Schlongs to try and get this pressure out, because the Popos are looking to kind of stall out the game a little bit, let their tanks get huge, and then,
Yeah, I like
just
this.
run them down.
I like the fact that they have General Dill in the bottom lane right now. I really feel like StarCraft should be answering bottom, because General Dill is the one that actually can apply turret damage, and we see that this turret's already falling. I really like this 1-3-1 coming out from Long Anime Schlongs. The nice and defensive setup and a lot of wave up. Yeah, forcing the TP. Flash pop-up from Neil of Steel. Not sure if that's worth it. Gonna get a lot of damage back onto him. But I guess did cancel the teleport, so win there.
I'm honestly surprised StarCraft didn't just try and ult onto him there.
Yeah, me too. I thought he was totally dead, but gonna make some time for just this 1v1 between the mismatch of the Camille and the Trundle in the bottom lane, which I do like that.
Yeah.
When we look at the map, we can see that they have a lot of vision. Long Anime Schlongs, although it is getting kind of cleared out now as I say that, but has a lot of vision control, trying to be able to spread out this map and spread out the tanks and five-man death ball of Popo's pecking order. As General Ill jumps over the wall, gonna use the ultimate, get the immediate pick onto Tsukami Guru.
I think that's
and
huge. That is absolutely huge, because Morgana so far this game has been a huge part of their winning fights, because they get a pick onto one of those, they get a Q onto one of those squishy characters, and then it just spells immediate death for them, because then it's 2 or 3 more forms of CC on top of that.
Going over the wall, maybe kind of looking for an aggressive play, deciding he doesn't want it. But yeah, I totally agree, Ed. I feel like they're really effectively playing around their win conditions of splitting apart this nice team fighting comp of Popo's pecking order, trying to get one tank on this side of the map, and now I'm rotating and there's only 3 people here at the beginning of this fight, so we can immediately burst out the Morgana with the Camille ultimate before anyone else gets there. Like, really effectively playing around their win conditions at this point.
Yeah, and I think Long Enemy Schlong's definitely going to want to start getting pressure around Baron here. You've got a Mountain Drake that's coming up, but if you can get a couple shrooms around the Baron pit and catch Popo's pecking order napping a little bit, you could possibly just take that Baron really quick, and if there's any sort of follow-up, or they come in and it's too late and you've got those shrooms set up, then you can easily turn and win that team fight.
Honestly, I don't think like Baron's the way for them to go right now. I agree that this mountain is high priority. Like, just trying to... They don't really have the tank stats to look at Baron. But I think this mountain will allow them to play this split push, split threat, attack turret composition very effectively, but they're starting up this Mountain Drake. General Dill gonna get rooted over the wall. StarCraft looking for the flank. General Dill gonna answer. Mountain Drake confirmed by Neil the Steel, but they're just gonna walk away after that. Getting the flash out of Minbung, but he was pretty sad that he flashed over the wall to watch the Mountain Drake go over to Neil the Steel.
Yeah, there was an aggressive play there from Echo as well, who, dove in over the wall with the E and then ulted right back out essentially when Neil the Steel was able to pick up that dragon. So no follow-up there from either team. Ooh. Ward Q lands on Timo, but no engage.
Mine froze for a sec. One moment. What time are you at?
25, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Yeah, so now we see that we got the Camille going back towards was in the top lane, getting a little push onto that tower. Maybe could have taken it, but everybody kind of disappeared off of the map.
I'm at 03, 04.
15, 16, 17.
Okay, you're a bit crap.
26. I'm at 26:35.
Okay.
The ult from Digital Love coming in to take the red buff. That's called teamwork right there. Ooh, Neil the Steel. A little bit far forward there. Takes a Q to the face.
Yeah, but we're back into General Dill in this side lane and bottom. I really like this. You go fuck yourself, a nice answer. Neil is still pretty far forward. Just gonna take the blast cone over the wall.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm just confused. Where's the Caitlyn at right now? I feel like should be entering top lane. Turret gonna go over to the 4-man unit. Kind of out-rotating at the moment. And General Dill gonna get some free time on this bottom turret. This 1-4 very effectively splitting Popo's pecking order across, like, very thinly across the map. Gonna etch themselves out about a 4,000, 5,000 gold lead.
Yeah, and right now, while Scion's starting to get some armor, has the Bramble Vest now, you've got the Trundle who has, the Knight's Vow. Still not a whole lot of armor for General Dill, so not really anybody who can fight.
Now completing
fight him.
the Randuins though for General Dill.
Yeah, General Dill's got that Randuin, so good luck running away.
Honestly, in the side lane, he's pretty beastly now that he's completed his third item. Only person even looking at a third item right now is I guess Caitlyn. I mean, he's pretty ahead. Although the Ezreal's feeling pretty good with now stacking up his Archangels, looking for that late game. I feel like the strategy for as a bit of a fight here. Zorprock's forced to use the
Oh,
ultimate. Binding coming out. Super Kamiguru just gonna get bursted. But a trade back onto Hirmar. Ult used from Neil to steal, trying to get. Oh, but Kiko, fuck yourself. Going back into the back line, trying to find Zorpox, but Neil to steal gonna get traded back. Zorpox gonna die to the Ignite. StarCraft still looking for this fight. General Dill just trying to get out of there. 3 for 2 overall in a bloody exchange.
yeah, that was a really messy fight for both teams there. Super Kami Guru did die instantly there because Teemo was behind, but then Teemo got, surrounded by 4 other members of Popo's pecking order and just disappeared. But then
Yeah,
a
but
little
it's
bit
gonna
extra
wind up
engage.
with Poco's pecking order having the priority on mid here. Getting a trade back. Keeping the turret score even. Still a very close game. And with an Infernal up in about 40, can only really spell more action.
Yeah, and we see now here, Hiramar has picked up a Stinger and Fiendish Codex, so getting a little bit of attack speed here to try and, maybe whittle away at these tanks a little bit better.
Yeah, I have really mixed feelings on the Nashers here, to be honest, but...
Yeah, I feel like at this point in the game, I'm definitely questioning it, since you kind of already gone for the more full AP Teemo side. I think it's a little bit too late to try and do that,
trying to
but...
get Popo's pecking order getting a bit of a trap here. Got Baron vision controlled, trying to bait it.
Oh, they're starting it.
Warding over the wall, starting it up. They're gonna get off of it. This is kind of an odd play for them, considering that they don't have side wave control, and the fact that they don't have side wave control in top lane means that this Infernal is probably just gonna go over to long anime slong for free. Yeah, really an odd Baron start there, considering that they cleared out vision control of long anime slong right before they did that play. It wasn't like it was sneaky at all,
Yeah, and I mean, you have Scion TP up, who could have been kind of pushing in the bot lane. But I mean, I feel like that Scion is kind of the big force in those team fights, so you almost want Scion there right at the start of things. Because otherwise it's easy for Neil the Steel or General Dill to just get to that backline if you don't have kind of that beefy Scion standing right in front.
I get that, but at the same time, it's like, why are you even starting and contesting Baron and going through a Baron dance when your side lanes aren't in order at all? Like, you've got that massive wave crashing in the top lane, and you don't have vision control of the Infernal Drake on the other side of the map from that. It doesn't it feels like they're already desperate to try to force this, split pushing composition together, and that desperation just hasn't been working out for them quite yet.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I mean, General Dill hasn't had teleport this whole time. Whether they knew that or not, he hasn't, so this could have been a chance for
General
StarCraft.
Dill looking at Minbang, gonna get roofed by Super Kami Guru. Minbang getting really rough. Gonna get ulted by the Kane. General Dill dying in the backline, trying to kill the backline threat of Popo's pecking order. Now StarCraft trying to get out of here, using the ult to pop up Neil the Steel. Neil the Steel is gonna get traded back on. Root coming out on
the Teemo Shroom.
Teemo's gonna die. Barely falling Jabman Kurtz as both Digital Love and Zorpox limp out. certainly Popo's pecking order is going to look at Baron with all 5 members still alive. That fight just went from bad to disastrous for long anime songs.
Yeah, that's the tankiness just coming in from, both the Trundle and the Scion. They focused so much onto the Trundle, and Trundle was somehow able to squeak out and survive through that. And then, while most of the long anime schlongs turned onto damaging the Scion, General Dill tried to dive 3 and get a kill onto the Caitlyn there, and just was not able to 3v1 at that point. So a little bit of mixed focus for the side of long anime schlongs, and I think it could have gone better had they been a little clearer on who they needed to fight, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. General Dill, kind of ambitious in that backline dive from my perspective. Definitely is pretty tanky between the Randuins and the Spectre's Cow, but 3v1ing just probably not as like, it isn't as effective as what we saw in the team fights towards the beginning of the game, where it felt like he was kind of like diving and weaving throughout the fight, finding his 1v1s when he could. But now Popo's pecking order with the Baron, StarCraft showing bottom, and 3 for long anime schlongs responding. Feels like they're going to be pretty late to this top push, though.
Yeah, I just think that there needs to be other pressure going on when Dylan tries to dive there, so he's not the only one that Popo pecking order needs to focus.
And then, yeah, just going to get a free top turret. Ezreal's still on the other side of the map. Well, I totally agree. The issue kind of being that that's almost like trading front lines, which is something they can't do when they have no tank. I don't really think that you can play front to back as long anime slongs. Because, Neil the Steel is Red Cane, but still not a true tank. Building warriors and Black Cleaver. It's only going to get more difficult for them when they're grouping these 5, as these tanks continue to etch their way back into the game, actually with a bit of a gold lead at this point. The Siege still coming on with this Baron buff.
Yeah, sending General Dill to the mid lane. One of the few that can stand up to Cyan still. Ooh! Ooh!
The love. Gonna die to Jabberman Kurtz. Just gonna burst him out. This tower's sure to fall now. You just need to get out of here, long anime songs. The engage coming out. The Nami wave gonna try to disengage this. Flash away from Zorpox. Their base now in shambles. Yeah, they're pushing into Nexus turrets and looking to try to end the game right now. Here, 37 minutes. Finding the first Nexus turret. Feels like this is a bit of an overstay, but maybe not, as they're chunking out. Nexus turret's less than 35%. Ooh. General Dill going into the backline of Jabberman Kurtz. Neil of Steel still back there, trying to pick up. Gonna find the Caitlyn in the backline, but they're just hitting the Nexus. This game's gonna end, and yeah, that's GG for Popo's pecking order. Closing it out at 37 minutes, 38 seconds with that Baron.
Yeah, it was a well-played game, definitely from both teams, but as you can see, Popo's pecking order, with just their comp, they were able to execute with their comp. They had that front line that seemed almost unkillable towards the end of the game here. Like, there was just nobody who could shred through them quick enough. So,
yeah,
very well played.
I feel like maybe just not entirely playing around their win condition towards the middle of the game. I really liked what they were doing with that 1-3-1 and that 1-4 long anime songs, that is, towards the middle of the game. I thought that was going to be really effective for them. just not quite able to deal with the 5-man unit and the team fighting of Popo's pecking order there.
Yeah,
Well, who
so
do you think the MVP was for that game?
um, eh, that's a tough one to say, um, because I don't think there was necessarily one super strong player who was like that completely outshining star. Um, I would definitely have to say that in some of those later fights, I thought that StarCraft definitely played it really well, played the fights really well. He was that huge front line was landing the CC onto the the targets to peel for that Caitlyn, um, and allow the Echo to kind of dive a little bit more freely without having to be quite so scared as well. So if I would have to give it to one person, I think I'd give it to StarCraft. Well played game.
Hmm,
And yourself.
I think I'm gonna go with Kiko. Fuck yourself. Honestly, I felt like he was the consistent pressure point throughout a lot of the game. I felt like he had a strong game in general. Yeah, that definite. I think my choice would be that Echo player in the mid lane there.
Alright, so we'll cut the stream here, and we will be right back in just a minute with game number 2. Don't go anywhere.